back again for the Journeyman adventure. Because why are we streaming today? Exactly, because there's another World Cup match on. Now, we are having a fundraiser. I talked about it yesterday. However, let me get my stream on YouTube to make sure everything's working fine. However, the problem with the fundraiser is still ongoing in the sense that I cannot get it to work because I cannot send money to myself on PayPal. I will sort that out. I didn't have the time because I had uni this morning to do it so far, but we will get there one day. Don't worry about it, because I also want to, spend some of my money into the fundraiser, kind of cause incentive, and obviously I will donate a lot of money there myself. It would financially make more sense not to put any money in the fundraiser because then I don't have to pay any transaction fees. But it's for the fundraiser and the goal. But we're gonna have a closer look at that at the second stream today. We're streaming right now. Obviously, World Cup match is about to happen, hence why I figured I'd throw up the stream. This is our Boycott Qatar 2022 stream series where we're going to try and stream every time a World Cup match is live, to kind of boycott the tournament, give you guys an alternative, something other entertaining to watch. Hopefully, I can be anywhere close to as entertaining as the World Cup. If yesterday's stream is anything to go by, if you like press conferences, this is the place to be. We had a long press conference because whenever I take a new job, I like to do them. Don't worry, I'm not going to do them all the time. And also we did yesterday, played our first game with the police service of Northern Ireland, which job we took just 2 streams ago, which is a lot of fun. I love it. We beat Armagh 2-0 at home in our first game in charge of the police service of Northern Ireland. So it's been going well. It's been a good start. Now we're here in the 31st of December, so New Year's is about to happen. Clock's ticking over. And a January transfer window is also going to start. So I think we're going to start today's stream by having a quick look at the squad planner and seeing if we want to tell our backroom staff that there's any kind of place where we'd like to strengthen. So looking at the goalkeeper position, we are kind of nicely sorted, if you ask me. Like Tom Hegan has shown himself to be a good option as our first choice goalkeeper. He said to us he's probably not going to be in that first game we played, getting a very good performance out there. And Jamie Massey is a fantastic talent who apparently, according to the staff, is already better than him. I'm not too sure about that, especially looking at his performances so far. And John McGill is a capable deputy in case you ever need it. So that's just fine. Looking at right back, we've got Mr. Andrew Ferguson, who we have definitely more plans for in that centre back role, hence we're going to remove him from here. We have Craig Ryers, who's going to fill in that right back spot most of the time. Doesn't have much going forward, but a decent defender and a good athlete. Jordan Diven is a player I'm not too sold on for obvious reasons, but I think we're going to put our focus elsewhere for this transfer window, because we do have the option of bringing Andrew Ferguson back out into the right back spot, so it's not a primary position of concern. Then centre back with Alex Ferguson, we have Ben Mitchell, who's a good player. I just don't like him because of his jumping reach and strength, hence why he's going to get put down on this list. William Rory is going to be considered as a central midfielder for us, mainly because we have so many players in centre back, not because he wouldn't make a fantastic centre back too, but we are going to remove him from this list. And Jack Graham started the first game for us, so I think to begin with, I'm going to kind of have him as top of that pecking order behind Andrew Ferguson, of course, who's our number 1. So let's move him up 1. Mark Whitford is not unimaginable in centre back because he's a good defender, but again, 4 strength and jumping reach. I prefer him out on that left hand side. He's missed the first game due to injury and is gonna have to sit at least the next one out as well because players in that position perform so well. So this is just for the right centre back position. So actually, let's have a look at the footedness. Right only. Very well. Ben Mitchell and Andrew Ferguson we're going to then consider as our left centre backs. Let's move the rest for now. I don't mind too much the footedness of my centre backs, especially at this level. We're just all going to have them causing havoc going forward anyway, so that's fine. Matteo Lavorca is going to be our backup option here. It's very nice. So in centre back, we definitely don't need to strengthen. Mr. Louis Wilson can also stick around. Mr. Ben Gordon. Yeah. It's also not too bad, actually. I'm absolutely fine having him around. Jack McQuillan is one of those where I wouldn't mind us getting rid of him. With 1 strength and 4 jumping reach with 178 centimeters pro, never going to be better in terms of those attributes. So I'd be tempted to just get rid of him, but since he's on an amateur contract, so long as there's no complaints about the training being ineffective because we have too many players around, might as well keep him. Actually, I feel like it would be kind of unfair to him not to kind of get rid of him, to show him you should look elsewhere in your career. I'll think about it. Maybe at the end of the season. It's not too good to let players go in the middle of the season. So left back, we're gonna start with putting Riddle up in that primary role as that left back. Simply because he played so well in the first game and I like his attributes. Daniel Courtney is also here. He is an option. Nothing too special about him, but he's an option. Then we have Mr. I was thinking about putting Whitford in that centre back role, actually. Mr. Nicholas Tarkington, who is better suited to be a fullback rather than an attacker. We are playing him down the offensive left-hand side for now. But with 5 marking, 5 positioning, 4 tackling, and 5 concentration, I don't really consider him a good option there. So we'll take him out of there. Mr. Kobe Hunter. Again, one of those players maybe we should get rid of because probably never going to have a big role for us. Though I like him with his physical stats. So we'll keep him around and then make a final decision at the end of the season. Defensive midfielder, centre right. In the Segundo Volante role, we are going to have to get some players in. Senior squad midfielders. First of which is going to be Johnny Wilson, who's going to be the primary. Segundo Volante, William Rory is not even going to be considered in this role much. Then who else do we have here? What did I let them play? The players train. So we've got Aaron Cochrane, who's training to be a defensive midfielder on defend. That's a weird choice. Why did I choose that? Well, I guess I will have had my reasons. No, I wanted him to train as a ball-winning midfielder because he's got those physical stats, didn't I? Yeah. But he doesn't have the tackling. Maybe that's why I didn't. You know, we're still going to train him as a ball-winning midfielder on defend. Aaron Cochrane, so he's for the other side. Add senior squad. Louis Black. It's the first time I'm trying the squad plan. I'm not sure how much of an impact it has on the recruitment. Hey Hassan, nice to see you around. Ooh, 4 viewers already. Welcome everybody. Don't worry, we're not going to spend too much time with this, but because January is around the corner, I want to see what the squad looks like and if I can make kind of a request to the backroom staff, because we're not in charge of transfers in this club. If we can have a player or two. So Louis Blackstock, I'm actually gonna train as an attacking midfielder because we only have one option there, and we're obviously playing with one. So he can go out there as well. Who else do we have? So we have Matthew Hanna and Jack Owens. Matthew Hanna is training as that Segundo Volante, so he's our second option there. And I think a similar story goes for Jack Owens. Yes, although maybe it would make sense for him to play in the attacking midfielder roles too. I think that could be a good shout actually. So we're going to let him practice that too. Attack midfielder, support. Okay, so these are 2 options for the CDM role, the Segundo Volante. Here we have Mr. William Worry and who was it? Cochrane? Yes, Cochrane, who's training as the ball-winning midfielder. Just, you know, main thing I want there is a defensive midfielder role. Down at left-hand side on the wing, we have basically only gotten Tarkington. Now, Nathan Riddle could be a good option there, but I personally want to try him as a left back because he's done well there for us so far. So Nicholas Tarkington is there. We definitely need a new player here. Okay, I can create new focus from here. That's what I can do. So create new focus. I want a left midfielder. What is that? Recruitment focus name. Okay. Left mid. How do you spell fielder? Left midfielder. Okay. I'm excited for the next game at the Dub. Yeah, Stadium's called the Dub. Very excited for that. However, I think our next game is going to be away from home, so sorry to disappoint you. Transfer and loan, don't really care. Give me current ability, 2.5 star, potential ability, 2.5 star, that's fine. Age between 15 and 50, yeah, give me anything of that. Areas, choose an area. Okay, let's look in Northern Ireland. I think that's a good idea. Priority. Let's do standard, I guess. We're not going to start in any scouts because we don't have any. Okay. And confirm. Let's see what comes back from that. Because I'm not in charge of scouting either, so I don't know if that's going to affect me too much. Then we have attacking midfielder. It shows Lukas Adamczyk, who's actually our right winger. So let's move him out of there, and we'll add Mr. Tony Tumulty, who plays primarily there. And then the two midfielders we set to train in that position. Was it Louis Blackstock, or is he a CDM? You know, it's Louis Blackstock, and it is Jack Owens. Can it be? Yes, Jack Owens. Okay. I think Jack Owens is probably the better of the two players suited for the role. I would say so, yes. So we move Jack Owens up here. Okay, so we don't necessarily need a player here, actually. Tony Tumulty is not a bad option. And, you know, we don't want to ask the board to make like 50 signings in January. Just 2 or 3. Just kind of follow, like, help us in the right areas. Then here, right midfield, we only have Lukas Adamczyk, who's 40 years old. So, you know, if he breaks something, then his career is over, basically. So it could be a bit dangerous. He's got that 15 natural fitness and not any sign of injury proneness, so he should be fine. But we are still gonna create a new focus. We will call it right winger, very creatively. We'll set the current roll ability to 2 star, that's fine. Potentially, yeah, let's give us 2.5 star potential for areas. Let's choose any, see what difference it makes. Okay, and then finally we've got that striker spot. So Jack Moore is our backup, I think, advanced forward. Christopher Watts is our starter. I think the main reason why I picked him as a starter is because he's the one who's earning money at this club, 60 euros a week. So I figured, I don't know, I feel uncomfortable with not playing him, considering we're not paying Jack Moore anything, because he's on an amateur contract. And also I'd argue that Christopher Watts is the better player. Lukas Adamczyk, we don't consider in our strikers, because we need him down the wing. Same thing with Tumulty in that attacking midfield role. And Harry Kappa is another option there. So the only thing we really need is a left midfielder and a right winger. I love the experience matrix, by the way. It's really cool. And this report, okay, I think we're done here. I don't know how much difference it's going to make to the recruitment. What's the squad plan for? I do not know, Hassan. So first, yeah, like it's been introduced anew this season. I think it's just like a nicer way than it used to be, like squad depth charts to kind of visualize for yourself. What do you want? How do you want to set it up? You can also set it up for next season, and you can kind of set scouting assignments from here with creating a new focus. But I am not sure how much of a difference this is going to make because we're not in charge of transfers. I'm hoping this is going to kind of influence the kind of players our backroom staff sign, because I show them that we need a player in this position. But we'll see if that actually happens. Okay, first advance of the day. That was fairly quick by my standards. I don't know, we take ages to go through things. Check Owen's recent progress playing as an attack midfielder. So he's practiced there for like half an hour. And he's already is makeshift. That's good. That's good progress. Owens is up to use 1-2s regularly. Oh, really? That's fantastic. That's exactly the kind of thing you want with a player with 13 first touch and 13 passing. Plays a couple of 1-2s. That was a good thing because these training these player traits was assigned by previous management of the club. So very good thinking by the previous management of the club, I would have to say. I'm so, like, yesterday in the stream, we got our director of football joining the club, and he's terrible, which you would expect, but he's like actually terrible. I think the highest attribute in a relevant area is like 4. And then we also got the manager for the B team joining, who the really relevant areas are like wants all of them. I'm really interested because he's already not shown too good of signs in signing backroom staff, what kind of players we're going to be bringing in under this leadership. That's going to be a lot of fun. And, you know, it all starts at the chairman hiring a stupid director of football, then the director of football hires a stupid assistant manager and probably scouting staff. And then, yeah, the reserve manager is more garbage than the director of football. Definitely, definitely. He's horrendous. What is his name? Chris Brunt or something like that? Or was that something like that? I'll have a look at them real quick. I didn't look at the staff which is already at the club, actually, when we joined. Let's have a look at that as well once the advance here stops. As I seem to be having internet problems, I hope that doesn't last. Sorry about that. If that translated to the stream as well. Okay, so first advance is done. We are into the new year of 2023. Salah has been named as the Footballer of the Year. Congratulations. Here's an update on how the recruitment team is getting on with the active recruitment focus assignments. As you can see, they have 0 recommendations, 0 near matches, and 0 in progress. So it's going well. Transfer windows for Northern Irish clubs has started. They're asking, due to your performance in the league, would you like to offer you the opportunity to change your season expectations? Could improve the budget. And I think I will do that. Avoid a relegation battle, because that probably makes it more likely that the backroom staff does sign players if they're just slightly over the current spend of the wage budget. So we'll go for avoid a relegation battle, because from the position we're in now, we should be able to do that just fine. Love 41 Premier League. Premier Intermediate League window opens. Okay, very good. Team selection advice. Yeah, I'll make my own decisions. Thank you very much, Terence Zahara. And oh no, not a press conference. Is Neil going to be there? Neil? Yes, Neil. Hopefully we'll be able to become friends finally. If you didn't watch last stream, I struggle if people don't like me, even if it's just bots in a game. And Neil really, really misliked me so far. And we're doing everything we can. And I'm going to say this. Normally I don't go to press conferences when we're deeper into a job. But I'm going to go to press conferences as long as Neil is there, for however long it takes until our relationship is a positive one. I'll say this. So, what was I thinking about before? Ah, yeah, staff. Let's have a look at staff. So, our chairman hired Peter McCrowden, giving him €200 a week. Look at the state of that. As a director of football, the relevant attributes are given to be judging player ability, 3, judging player potential, 2, and negotiating, 3. So he'll sign terrible players for a terrible deal, but he does have some knowledge of Canada, which is odd. Maybe we'll bring in a Canadian. I would love that. His contract is until the end of the season, so maybe we'll get a new one then, but I would doubt it. Let's see what our physio team is looking like. Jordan Melm is our only physio, 5 physiotherapy, but he's got 20 adaptability. So if he would ever take a new course, that would probably help him. Then we've got 5 coaches in. And let's quickly look at the B team staff. So we only have the manager for now. That is the first player brought in. But I'm not sure if it was our director of football already or if that was still set to the chairman. But Corin Brunt is his name, sorry. He is dreadful. Like, actually dreadful. He's got not that bad mental stats with 15 adaptability, 14 determination, 16 level of discipline, and 15 work with youngsters. So it's a good couch for the B team. However, he's got 1 motivating, 1 people management, and 1 tactical knowledge. And I would argue those are the most important things as a manager. Now, he can judge a player's ability at 4 and at potential at 2. So that's not once. But, you know, it's not all once. That's the most positive thing I can say about him. So Corin Brunt, we're going to have a lovely time together, I'm sure. Now, let's look at the coaching staff. So we have 5 coaches who were all here before I joined. Andrew Ferguson, I didn't know, is a player coach, actually. Is our centre-back. Who has those like strange stats, 6 mark and 5 positioning, but those good mental stats. So let's have a look at his staff attributes. I expected a lot worse, to be honest. And he's here on a amateur contract? Okay, a non-contract. And 45 euros appearance fee, so that's actually not that good. But like, he's got 40 determination, 30 level of discipline, and 7 motivating. And you know his actual coaching stats could be better, but surprisingly good, Mr. Andrew Ferguson. Then we will have a look at some players, some coaches' contracts go until the end of May and some until the end of June. Mine is until the end of May of next year. That's interesting. Let's go from the bottom up. I don't know if it's ranked by anything relevant or not. No, it's ranked by job. So we'll start with Phil Lewis, 60 viewers a week, all of them. And he is a bit worse than Andrew Ferguson in terms of his mental stats and his coaching stats, similar level, with the highest being a 5. Carl McDowell, very similar to the other guy, but with 6 attacking and 8 technical, he might be our best guy in terms of the coaching attributes. Oh, that's very good. Marty Angus, goalkeeping coach. What does he have to offer? Wow, 7, 7, and 8. But terrible in terms of the holy trifecta of mental stats for coaches. 5 determination, level of discipline, and motivating. And then we have our assistant coach, who we've seen a lot of information, like messages from already, but not too much information about his actual competency. Terence O'Hara, let's have a look. He's got a Continental C license, which is like the third highest license you can get, the full from the beginning. So he's got the National CBA and now the Continental C, so that's very good. As an assistant manager, he's got 5 people management, 6 judging player ability, 7 touching player potential. That's okay. And as a coach, yeah, very much a similar story to the others. Level of discipline, they're all okay, but everything outside of that, not that much. So that was good. That's press conference. I forgot. I have the press conference. Okay. Press conference we called at the Dub before our match against Limavady, but the match is away, right? Okay, so we're doing the press conference at home at the Dub, but the game is going to be away against Limavady. Press conference atmosphere is downcast. And this dude is negative. Why? Why don't you hate me? He's said to have a devious character. A broom could make better tactics than him. I don't know which of our coaches is referring to. I'm guessing our BT manager, Karen Brandt. But that is a very good assessment, Hassan. Absolutely correct. By the way, if you're ever watching on YouTube and you're thinking, who's he talking to? I'm also streaming simultaneously on Twitch. So if you don't see the message in the chat, I always read them out and then answer. Sorry if I don't always make it clear that I'm reading out a chat message. So Limavady are currently on a 3-match unbeaten league run. And so are we. We won our last 3. Hello. And find themselves in 2nd place in the Love 41 Intermediate League. Premier Intermediate League, sorry. Your PSNI side are expected to win, but taking into account Limavady's recent good form, are you confident? Why are we expected to win? They're 2nd in the league, miles away from us. We're playing away. I say believing in ourselves is half the battle. We go into every match with a positive mindset. This is true. Andrew Law is winning a lot of plaudits for what many perceive to be his overachievement of Limavady United this season, given the squad portfolio. Do you agree that he's got performing above the level? I mean, he's been here for 2 weeks, so I'm still bothered that you always ask me these questions. I'll say I think that Andrew is doing an incredible job with outstretched arms. Some people might find your comments rather patronizing. Is that a fair assessment? If everyone's surprised by their performances, this is really patronizing. I think it's just the truth. Do you have any sort of relationship with Andrew Law? I don't know him, but I respect him as a manager and hope to get to know him more. Monday's match will see you coming up against Limavady United side, who have been gaining a lot of plaudits and their quick passing game. What do you think of the style of football Andrew Law has got them playing? I'm a big fan of the way Andrew has got Limavady playing. Sure. I try to focus more on my team. Yeah, that's what I say. Do you agree with those who claim that you lack flexibility when it comes to tactics? I've managed 1 game in Northern Ireland. Who's giving me criticism for me not being flexible with tactic? I say I have a group of players at my disposal who have a collective skill set, and this is how to get the best out of them. Disarmingly, with open arms. You must be keen for a repeat performance from last time out against Armagh. It gives us confidence to play well and produce results, and that's what we're all here for. Dean Brown has been one of Limavady United's best players this season. Just how much of their success has been down to him, in your opinion? He scored 5 goals, 7.28 average rating. So yes, he's a quality player and has shown as much so far this season. Do you feel the squad could do with strengthening any particular position? Yes, I do think that. I hope no one in the squad is going to get offended by that, and hopefully our superiors will see that and make a signing in that direction. We said left midfielder because, even though in the right midfielder we have less numbers, we have one quality player. On the left, we don't really have that. Transfer window is open once more, bringing with it speculation over your plans for PSNI. Will there be any deals come in the coming weeks? I don't know. I'm not in charge of that. There are areas of the teams who are looking to improve. That's what I will say. What are your thoughts on the 16-day gap between fixtures for PNI? Yeah, well, I was boring, you know. I got to settle and all, but I want to play some football. The rest was good. We need to be added, but we need to be added right from the start and not allow any rustiness to affect us. Let's talk about William Warwick. It's the last question. You surely got the ideal profile for this match. Not sure what you mean by that, but yeah, he could absolutely make the difference in what I'm expecting to be a match of fine marches. Yeah, exactly. We just have to agree with Neil so that he finally likes us. No! No! Our relationship with him got worse. The press conference was fair to have the following effect on the list of journalist relationship. No! Why? Caitlin Baxter, press officer, says, I think the press conference was just fine. I don't think so. He likes me less. To look at our relationships. Oh no, we're distant. We're distant. I'm sorry, Neil. As I'm already acquainted with William Warrior and Nathan Riddle here in Northern Ireland. This is very good. What did you do to make Neil hate you? Nothing! I don't know. After the first press conference, I just had a bit of back and forth with him. I told him I've just been here for a day, and he's asking all the questions about Northern Irish football. I didn't know it existed before. And for some reason, he got offended and doesn't like me. I don't know. Nathan Riddle is declining because he's old. That's okay. Did he shag his wife or something? Oh, not that I remember. Now we'll get him around. We'll invite him to dinner. Yeah, it'll be fine. I just want to be loved. Well, I want to like my own video on YouTube, but apparently I have to sign in and I haven't yet. That's unfortunate. Let me do that in case I need to comment something. I need to put in a phone number. Forget about it. We don't need to sign in. Not that I mind putting in a phone number, but it will take time now. And Laws as Belgian has to take us seriously, so he doesn't think I'm taking him seriously. It's bollocks. So transfer window is open. Nothing, no movement seen so far, but you never know. So away against second in the league. Winning here would be huge because all of a sudden we've got third at home as well. Because opportunity to pick up some big points if we want to make a push for that like promotion playoff spot or whatever it is that is second in the league gets. And these two teams are quite a ways away from us, but 2 wins here could like turn a 6-point gap into a 3-point gap, or if they lose the other game as well, or fail to pick up all the points in the other game, to like a level point situation very, very quickly. But it's very hard challenges to begin with. So, not making any promises for now. Okay, so players available for the B team. Can I tell you some other time? Because I would quite like to play the game first. You know what? I'll just make them all available. So who's playing for the fast team? Hegan, Watts, those guys. Jack Graham is playing for the fast team. Tarkington is as well. Daniel Courtney isn't. Watts is. Walker isn't. Kobe Hunter isn't. Jack Owens isn't. Wilson isn't. Okay, all these players can be made available for the B team. Yeah, that should all be fine. Make available, and then for next match, 90 minutes. Okay, who does it put where? Because now I need to look out for that now that we have this terrible guy in charge. Courtney, okay. Ben Gordon, I don't necessarily want to be playing there. Quillen neither. Blackstock can play. Owens can play in attack midfield. Okay, Kappa here, that's fine. Who's on the bench? John McGill. Kobe Hunter currently is fine there. Matthew Hanna. Secondo Volante. Where's our guy who's trying to be a defensive midfielder? Aaron Cochrane. Yes, I would like you to play for the B team. Aaron Cochrane. Okay. Oh, good. I can send the team out there. I've made an offer for 18-year-old Liam Christo. Could be a regular starter in the advanced forward. Wow! 18-year-old with at least 3-star credibility. This looks exciting. My God, he looks fantastic. Where did he come from? Newcastle? He's English. Yes, please. Make it happen. He doesn't want to give him any... Wow. Okay, he's available on a free transfer. No. We'll let the director of football do that. But Peter, please get it done. Wow. Jack McQuillan's game would improve if we were encouraged to start marking for the tank. No, we're not going to do all of that for now. Praise William Rory for playing well recently. So his form has gone just over 7.06. I'm not going to praise the players or criticize the players for their form. What did I? I didn't want to offer a contract. Well, why did I? No. What happened? I just wanted to click on something. I want to see his contract, and I'm offering him his contract apparently. Can I do like director of football recommends? Oh my God. Okay, apparently I'm doing the negotiations now. I'm very sorry for this. I didn't plan this. Okay, apparently I can offer him a appearance fee of 1, any substitute fee of 1. Okay, we're not going to get this guy anyways because we don't have the finance available. So it wouldn't have mattered whether I negotiated on my director of football. So it was a pipe dream. Not going to happen. And I mean, you know, we're looking for other like positions, but if you would have signed that guy, I would have not had any reasons to complain, obviously. Okay, Mark Whitford is apparently ready to play again after his injury. I don't think he will, but he will be on the bench. So, away against second in the league, Limavady. So they're 6 points above us. And a bit of a goal difference win. So if we could win by 2 goals, that would be ideal. But first of all, let's make sure that we even get into this game and don't get smashed, because there's always potential for that. As we are currently sitting 4th, but just like 4 points ahead of 10, 6 points ahead of bottom of the league. So we're as close to the bottom of the league points-wise as we are to that 2nd and 3rd place we're about to play. So no guarantees, but can we point out the fact that top of the league are called Banger? I love that. Similar, like the Seagulls as well, similar to the called Seasiders, the little Brighton batch. Okay, we'll do those opposition structure if you think that's smart. Playing with a Mazzala is so fancy. And just out wide wingers down that side. Yeah, we're gonna never change the winning team. We're gonna go with the same boys which got us the win last time out, and hopefully it works out similarly well. No real need to change the tactics. It worked out well enough last time out, and we were against capable opposition, even if not quite as good as these lads today. You think it's going to end in a draw, Hassan? Yeah, that could be. And honestly, with it being our 2nd game in charge, and us playing away against 2nd league, that would be a very good result. If you carry last performance into this match, we'll do well. But I appear to inspire more than half the players, even though they all hate me. Maybe they like me now. Wait, actually, let's see this. Oh no, they still don't like me. Especially the guys towards the top of the hierarchy. They've got no love for me. Kickoff is upon us. Let's see how this one pans out. As early on, we do win the ball back. We have it to extended highlight, so if the kickoff is a highlight, don't worry about it. Doesn't mean there's actually anything going to happen. It's just because we have it set to the extended highlight setting. So, you know, should we not win, there's a good chance that we lose that fourth league spot. But Riddle's on a free kick, and Riddle has got 2 assists in a fast match. One from the corner, so maybe he's going to get one here. So, you know, him on a set piece seems to be a dangerous proposition. But he doesn't find his man this time. Tumulty wins it back, though. Can he find Riddle down the side? Deliver a ball. Come on. Okay, he plays it back to Mr. Andy Ferguson. And we're keeping it surprisingly calm here. It's not necessarily our style, but it's okay as long as we don't give up possession. Riddle over the free kick again here. Good position for a left footer. Oh, Walls makes the save. Moved over to the side quickly, but we seem to be in control of the early exchanges here. So the takeaways from the game we won last episode, we weren't in control. We created good opportunities to begin with, but we were kind of lackluster in terms of pass completion, never really getting far above like the 62-63% we seem to be averaging so far as well. But we scored 2 goals, we won 2-0, so that shouldn't necessarily stand in the way of us being successful, just not having a big pass completion. As could have been a nice takeaway, but Tarkington can't quite get to the ricochet, and Brown is going to swing one to the back stick. That's a decent looping header. Can't find the back of the net, and we'll encourage the boys because that should give us a good reaction, and that should make it more likely that they love us. Riddle on the ball. Didn't try to find Tarkington, tried to dribble around his man. As they pass around here calmly. They seem to be putting a bit more emphasis on retaining possession, although that was a bit of a hopeful ball forward. And now we do the same. It's very much lower league stuff, but Tarkington could be in. Heads it into the center, which is headed from Watts. That was a nice bit of head tennis played there. Suddenly didn't lead to anything. So we've got mainly a positive reaction, but Briars for some reason is complaining. What's he on about? Uninterested after the feedback. Oh, sorry. I'm tempted, since we've been in control of the opening exchanges, to go for kind of positive mentality and look to get the go-ahead goal. It's kind of the idea of us playing balanced, that sometimes when we seem to be in charge of a match, we can go positive. When we seem to be struggling, we can go cautious. Although saying that, they could be in here. Pomeroy is going to hit it and hits it over. Do you know what? We'll try it. You got to try things out, otherwise you never know what works and what doesn't. As they almost scored here, so maybe it's not the right moment to go positive, because they seem to be getting a foothold in the game. As our pass completion is dropping. And they have a good free kick opportunity out wide here. Brown swings it in. Adamczyk has cleared. Tumulty, can he get rid of it? He can, but Watts won't collect it, so it's probably going to end up still being their highlight. Brown struggles to get off his spot, but now swings it across to the back stick again. Tollins there, and that's easy save for Hegan. I don't mind, giving up those shots. It does look like the switch to positive has been a negative for us. So we shall go back from it. We'll encourage the boys. Haven't created anything in a long time. So don't really know what to do with that information. So I think we'll lower our passing down to get a bit of a foothold in the match. We go for shorter passing directness. And also slightly lower tempo. Corner to them, and we've really given up control in this, throughout the first half here. Looked very good to begin with, and then it's been all them since minute 20, I'd say. Dunlop on it, and Brown. Oh, that's a wonderful delivery into Pomeroy, but luckily he was just offside as the Linos raised his flag, and it's going to be disallowed. Quite fortunate for us that it will be. Okay, Brown was already offside. Pomeroy was as well. That was a really good fast time delivery, just fizzed across the box. Pomeroy in perfect position, but apparently not because he's straight offside. McFadden is going to go for the throw in, finds Waters. So the changes don't really seem to have helped us gain a bit of control in this game. We'll stick with it until half time, not make too many changes throughout the half, and then kind of reassess the situation then. Hegan makes a good save there. That could have been more dangerous, that header there. That's a hopeful punt. I had set it to be like, I have set it to be kind of the distribution of the goalkeeper be whatever they think is best. But it's not working out so far, so I think we're going to have to change that tactically and go for something a bit more secure. As you look for Watts, who gets bullied off the ball, and here comes Brown again. Brown on the right hand side has been finding a lot of joy. I think it's partly because Riddle is so slow, so he can't really keep up with him. Wow, what a shot by Waters. So yeah, Brown can repeatedly beat Riddle for pace. I do want to leave Riddle on the pitch, but it might be worth moving it forward to the left wing and bring either the left midfielder back or bring Whitfield on for that left back position. As that was a good headed opportunity for us to end the half, but the only time we've created things really was from set pieces. And that was kind of similar last game as well. So maybe our system isn't working as well as I was hoping. It's good to know that at least we're a threat from set pieces. As you can see again, Tom Hegan pulled that up about 3 of his 24 passes attempted. That is not good enough. Craig Briers, also not that much. Our centre backs not having the best distribution. As soon as we move further up the field, it seems to work. Johnny Wilson also 54%, even though he should be one of our better passers, I think. 11 vision, 11 first touch, 9 passing. That is disappointing, it has to be said. Okay. I'll say I'm disappointed with the quality of passing so far. It's been sloppy, it needs to improve. I think that's fair enough of a criticism to make. We will put all this back to what we normally do, because the change didn't really help. We will do the distribute to our wide target man and just see if that helps at all. I think it's better to distribute it short, just to leave it in, make an easy job for the goalkeepers. But we will try putting it on Damschik and see if that fixes the problem as well, because he should be able to win all the headers out wide. The question is just, is there going to be anybody around him to help him out once he has one of those headers? So what we're going to try as well is switching. Not yet. We're not going to switch Tarkington and Riddle around yet. Yeah, I think that's all we'll do for now. Minor tweaks. Back to kind of like the normal tactical approach, just the goalkeeper distribution, where I have the impression a lot of our possession losses have come from. It's going to go directly to Adamczyk, who, whenever he gets it anywhere in the area, I'm pretty confident that Adamczyk is going to win the balls. As he does that, the question is he going to have the players around him to help him out with them? Corner to Mr. Nathan Riddle here. Can he swing another one of the sweet deliveries in? Goes to the back stick, and it looked like it was fisted away by the defender there. Made a weird movement, but I guess it came off the head. As they look to counter, although they don't really have many men committed forward here. Briers takes it back here. Gives it straight across into the center of the pitch, and Hegan has so often this game had his feet behind the line when he saved the ball, but kept the ball just ahead of him before the line, so pretty dangerous. Carlin on the ball here for them. Gonna try and curl one, and that almost crept into the bottom corner. Ooh, throw in. We've been good from set pieces. From this kind of throw in was where our second goal came last game. And with this exact routine, and is it going to go in? Oh, I thought it might trickle in from a Damschik again. Not quite sure what happened there. But it almost ended up with us in scoring a goal. Not quite, not quite. Oh, look at that XG we got from that chance. Should have done better. So we really need to find like better solutions from open play, because I haven't seen a really threatening chance created from us so far, which hasn't come from a set piece. It's Tollins on the ball down the right hand side. Back to the striker. Brown is going to pick it up out wide here. Swings it in. Oh, Tollins free there, but Adamczyk takes care of his defensive duties. Dunlop dribbles into the box. Now it's an open exchange this game. I like it. Giving second in the league away from home a really, really good run for their money here. I like what I'm seeing. So Wilson's not really found a home in that Segundo Volante role so far. I would be tempted to consider changing it. The thing why I wanted to do it is kind of because he has got that quality on the ball with 11 vision, 9 passing, 11 fast touch. He's also got that physical acumen, so I thought, this would mean he pushes forward a bit more. The game suggests we should make him a Mazzala in the centre midfield zone. And I actually will try that, because that should mean he roams somewhere around here, meaning he can win the knockdowns from Adamczyk and then do something with it. So we will try that change. The distribution to Adamczyk doesn't really seem to have improved our pass, but maybe it's been part of us getting off the pitch more and winning more set pieces. I don't know. It doesn't seem to have hurt us, so we'll continue going with it for now. Other than that, I don't think there should be any changes for now. No one who I have realistic replacements for has played badly so far. So personnel changes also not really on the cards, in my opinion. We'll encourage the boys. Mr. Brown is going to try and dribble that down the right-hand side again. Rory is in support. What's the space to run into now, though, that Rory has been pulled outside? And he blocks the shot well, though, to give them a corner. Brown is on it. Delivered to the back stick, and Watts heads clear. Another corner, though. And apparently we've already dropped to 6th in the league with this draw. A defeat will probably make that even worse. Brown swings it in. Tumulty heads clear and nothing coming from it. But that's a good free kick opportunity for them. Brown swinging it in. Cartwick gets to it. I thought that was Turkington. And he stings the top of the crossbar, but luckily it trickles wide. And have not seen much created by ourselves recently. Had a good free kick opportunity. Riddler's over it as always. What's he going to do? Goalkeeper's position very central, so maybe he could take it past the wall, which he tries, and Wells was that another good save from a Riddler free kick. Riddler's going to swing in from the corner. Sorry about that. Backstick, what's this there? Adamczyk isn't even in the box. We need to set up our set pieces. If Adamczyk isn't in the box, then obviously we're not going to be expecting to win many of those. So the move to bring Mazzala into that central midfield at Wilson to the Mazzala role hasn't worked so far. So we will make some changes because, again, open play, not created anything. So, any substitution I can make. So Jack Owens is trading to be that central midfielder on attack. And I do like his attributes. So I think I will give him a run out for Tony Tumulty. Check more, maybe fresh legs off the bench. And striker role will help us a bit. And that will be all after. I mean, since the Segundo Volante role isn't working, we'll just try deep lying playmaker on support for Wilson for now. See how that goes. I wanted to have some runners coming in from midfield, but it's not really looking like it's happening. So yeah, let's stop distributing to him. Let's distribute to area. We'll look for the fullbacks, I guess, because they're all right on the ball. Yeah, all right is a very kind expression for it. What about our centre backs? Ferguson's good. Graham. Okay, you know what? Let's just specifically look for Mr. Nathan Riddle. We'll roll it out, and hopefully that will mean we'll be able to not give up possession so much. Riddle with the throw in down the side. I can't quite find his man. Carlin with a diving header to clear it. This should be ours, but maybe Tolan's going to get there. No, Bryars gets there first. And we'll Carlin play it forward, looking for more in behind, which is good because he's fresh off the bench. He's got a bit of pace. Tried to cut it back for Adamczyk, but it's been nicked off him. Ferguson on the ball now. It's Graham, Bryars, Adamczyk on it. Looks for more over the top as well. He gets there. Ooh, he just toe poked it towards the goal. He was offside anyways, but good effort from the lads. We'll encourage them one more time. Doesn't help Owens, who seems a bit nervous out there. But I think our changes have done well so far. I don't know what else I could do. Is anyone performing too badly? Not just Wilson. No one I really have a replacement on the bench for that I want to bring on. I think we'll just let it play out, see what happens. Draw here, again, is a very good result, even though it sees us drop down 2 positions in the league. Away from home against second match in charge. This is a good result. Not make any bones about it, although half a minute to go, highlight with them having a throw in advanced position. Adamczyk heads clear. We don't really have anyone to pick it up out there, which might actually be one of our problems, that we don't have that many players who push forward once we win back possession. So Adamczyk dispossessed, Tosh crosses in, and Riddle heads it behind. Brennan crosses, Ferguson heads clear, and I think we should be fine now. Turkington wins it, and final whistle, ref, please. Bromley is going to get the opportunity to swing it forward one more time, but Hegan catches it. And it's another clean sheet. 2 games, 2 clean sheets. Draw away from home against second in the league. Hassan called it right with the draw in this game, and that's just fine by me. I say to the boys, I have to sympathize with you all. It was one of those days because we could have won it as well. And I think they like to hear that. And obviously, all we want to do for now is make them like us. So half the players reacted well, no one reacted negatively. It's good enough for me for now. Again, sees us drop down into 6th, but 4 points from 2 games so far in our tenure, and we're gonna play at home against newly crowned second in the league, Dollingston, who taking advantage of Limavady failing to win. So that's fine. Mr. Watts is gonna get. He's not going to criticize. 6.5 is not that bad a performance. All the players with 6.5 are going to get a let off, but Wilson is going to get a talking to. Discipline player for, and we'll issue him a warning. Criticize his passing because we expected to be one of the best passers, but he almost didn't get over 50% pass completion ratio last time out. I think we'll give it one more game with him being in that Segundo Volante role, but if it doesn't work out, then we are gonna abandon that project. Changes we want to make following that game is be tempted to play for set pieces. I think it's a smart thing to do. We will tell the goalkeeper to distribute to left back. I'd say rolling it out, right? Throwing 2, passing 7. Okay, well then he should take short kicks. He apparently is a better passer than he is a thrower. Other than that, I don't think following that game we need to make any major changes. What's the inbox saying? Post-match press conference, Neil Stewart, who dislikes us. Ben McKenna is there as well, from the Limavady Football Free Press started. Yes. There are rumors that you are still in the market for another player. Do you think we will bring in a new player? I mean, still, I haven't brought in a new player. I said we never stop looking for ways to improve the team. You've been linked extensively with Liam Crystal. Is he the player you're talking about? I'd love to get him in, but I don't think it's going to happen. We're looking to sign one more player, and Liam is one of the possibilities. We're not focused solely on him, though. What are your feelings about Lee Guy's situation at Banbridge? I don't know Lee Guy's situation at Banbridge. I don't feel like it's my place to comment on these rumors. This is probably not going to help our relationship, Neil. But no, it's not gotten worse. That's a win in my book. Press conference and our relationship with Neil has not gotten worse. More Roust and goal drought. This is our backup striker. We brought off the bench this game. Who's been how long without a goal? 8 matches. That's not good. 17 euros awarded to us for the draw against Limavady. So fantastic. Good prize money coming in. Yeah, the next match is already on Saturday. Maybe I should rest a player or two for that. Johnny Wilson has accepted his warning. His work rate's gone up following the criticism of him. And hopefully he's going to come back stronger next game out. Let's see, should we rest anyone? What's happening after that game? What's happening? Okay, after that we have a break, so no one's going to get any rest for now. Good job so far, Hassan says. Thank you very much, my friend. I think so. I think we're doing well enough. And compared to the situation at Vandersborgs, where I was panicking and changing the tactic around pretty heavily after every second game, I feel like I'm doing a good job of keeping it calm, just introducing a system, and if it doesn't work, just do minor tweaks to make it work better. Obviously, Vandersborgs was a different situation because we were far adrift at the bottom of the table and needed to do something to make it work. So I wouldn't say I did anything wrong there, but I feel like I'm doing a good job of keeping it calm so far. Keeping a leveled head. And hopefully 1 or 2 signings coming in this January transfer window will also help us kind of fill the holes that we need to fill. Our B team have won a match! Let's go! They've been sitting bottom of the table with 5 points, 1 win all season for a long time now. Now they've played a team which are just above them, Queens, the second team of Queens, and they do win it. I think there's enough time to make any sort of push to get out of that bottom spot, but it's very nice. What's the competition? Can I see the competition? How long do they play? Okay, they still got lots of matches to go. So maybe they can turn it around. Who knows? Jordan Diven, however, was injured in that game. So backup right back. Not too fussed about it, to be honest. He was never going to get much game time. Looks like the garbage coach is doing good. Yeah, true. This is our B team coach who was hired recently. But to be fair, he's playing with my tactics. I set up the team before, so I will take credit for that one. Thank you very much. I always wonder how much difference it makes, because I often like to kind of micromanage things to the point where I set up the B team so that I can send down players there which need match sharpness. I can let players play which need match experience if it's the B team is playing at a decent level. Player fair to develop a player trait, and Liam Crystal has rejected us. And a new approach mate for Michael McDade. They seem to be in the market for like an attack midfielder / striker. He's also a good option, nowhere near as good as Liam Crystal it was, but not really the position we're looking for. Like, they can play out wide, so I'm sure we can make some use of them, but he's definitely like best at playing striker. And once again, yeah, it's B team coach. I always wonder how much difference it makes, because I set up the tactic, I set up like the team. How much difference does his capacities make? Like, does he do changes within the game which are decisive? Does he do like opposition's instructions which are decisive? Does he sometimes change the information or the tactic around slightly, or does he just always go straight through with my tactics if I tell him to play my tactics in his team? So I don't know. I don't know if it makes any difference or if it's just kind of pointless. As a move being made for a guy called Julian Sarmiento Ramirez. Where is he from? That sounds so exciting. Oh, he's English. Oh yeah, still exciting. Look at that! What a player he would be. He's got decent pace, 15 flair, 11 off the ball, 10 passing, 10 dribbling, 6 crossing. Okay, but left foot. Oh my god, please, please make it happen. Oh, he's second nationality of Colombia. Oh, he's born in London, but the second nationality of Colombia, which explains his fancy name. What's his full name? Oh, Julian Sarmiento Ramirez. Okay. Oh, please, please make it happen. AFC Wimbledon is his former club. Yeah, it looks like our director of football is got an eye for a player. Now he's just got to make sure he kind of can find the money. Knockbrader have also offered a contract to McDade. Not too fussed about that. Again, not necessarily a player we do. That's the Dolph is definitely determined, because we established yesterday that that's the only attribute he's got any qualities in. He's determined to prove us wrong, I'd say. He's doing really well so far with the players he's picking up. Whether he can make the deals happen, we'll have to wait and see. But I would love to have a guy called Julian Sarmiento Ramirez in our team, especially if he's one of our best players as well. I'm not sure if because when we tried to offer a contract, we were unable to offer any more than amateur contract with €1 appearance fee, €1 unused substitute fee, and all of that. I don't know if our director of football is going to be allowed to offer any more, as training performances, like the top performances, aren't that good anymore. But we continue to have no real bad performance, which, like, first week we had like more than half the team in the red ratings, like below a 6. Now we don't have anyone there anymore, so that's very good development. Ooh, tactics, set pieces. We wanted to change set pieces, didn't we? So set piece takers, we don't need to change any of that, because it seems to be doing a great job automatically anyways, with putting Nathan Riddle in a position. Oh, and he's only gotten 6 for corners and 6 for free kicks, so he's not as good as he looks on the pitch. But so long as it works, that's fine for me. In terms of the counter-attacking setup from set pieces, we gotta push our striker forward, I think. That we have some opportunities to counter. Our attacking midfield on the right is going to stay in the defensive line, because he's so good in the air. In terms of attack, so our attacking forward on the right again has to go in there, because he is so good in the air. We've got now a DM on the left hand side who can go forward. Got now attacking midfielder who's also pretty tall. He, I guess, can replace our central defender Jack Graham. He's not the biggest threat of set pieces. Defender on the left can stay here. Nick Tarkington can stay here. I think that's how we will do it. Okay, here we have him forward, that's fine then. This is the wrong defensive midfielder, we want the other one to go forward, please. Attacking midfielder can go forward too. Okay. We're not going to do anything more detailed than that, I don't think. Penalties, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Just a real quick setup. Well, I think we're going to, for the next season, kind of go a bit more in depth what we do with tactics and set pieces once you have a better idea of what kind of team we'll be going into a full season with. For now, you know, it's just about arriving, having a good time, and not getting too stuck in the nitty-gritty things. So Mark Whitford has passed the fitness test again to be able to play in today's match. He will once again remain on the bench, because why would I change a defender when we've kept 2 successive clean sheets? I think we will save the game here real quick, because I want to make sure that we don't lose the save point in case something goes wrong with the game. Dowlingston, Dollingstown, town of the Dolls. So we're now, before this game, 8 points behind them. So the point of the idea of winning both the matches and being within 3 points of the two teams not going to quite work out, because even if we win here, we'll still be 5 points behind second in the league. Maybe even more should the other team win their game. But, you know, there was never the main objective this season. If it does work out, that's fantastic. If it doesn't, we'll be able to deal with that. In terms of the team, you know, 0-0 draw away against second in the table. No one really underperformed massively. I think we'll just stick with the same team, just the minor tactical changes we've gone for. And we'll jump into the match. Go to match. Teams are warming up. I'll tell the boys, pressure's all on them, so what do we have to lose? Go out there and cause an upset, and I think I'll be doing it, pumping fists. Yeah! Yeah, that's fine. We don't need to force the green, do we? We're not that desperate for approval. So, 2 games in charge, 1 win, 1 draw. The last 4 games overall have been 3 wins and 1 draw. And with the interim manager, they won 2 games as well. It's looking all rosy right now. Let's see if Dollingstown, how you pronounce it, can harm us at all and kind of stop that run. But early from the kickoff, it looks like we're able to win the ball back. Although we have given it back up again, but nothing exciting is going to happen to begin with. As they are, I was going to say, within 3 points of top of the table, but Bangor apparently have just gone in front and made that distance quite a bit larger. First real highlight for him in the 5th minute with them in possession. Let's see if they can hold on to it, if we can nick it back. Turkington gets it back for us. Let's do something with it, boys. So Hegan, we have now set to distribute short. We'll see how that works out. Hamilton is gonna grab this. Finds Watts over the top. Watts tried to cut back in, but took a bad first touch. It was a good run though. And this kind of makes me think maybe we should go for... Ah, Watts is in! Ooh, he shoots, but he puts it over. We should go for pass in space. We don't have it on because I thought we don't really have any pacey players except for a striker. And it's kind of obvious that you're going to send your striker behind, I thought. But I don't think we're doing it that much. And so maybe we should set that up. Because, like, you know, we're considered one of the worst teams in the league in terms of the reputation and the season, like preseason expectations. And it's not like we've overperformed massively that the teams will change their opinion on us. So they might leave a lot of space in behind for us pushing up quite high. As we will encourage the boys following not too bad a start. Tempted to go positive, see what that changes. Just testing it out. Maybe it drops our pass completion down massively again, as we've already noticed it happened today when we did that in the first game. But if we don't try it, then we'll never know. Okay, it stopped any chance creation apparently, but improved our pass completion and control of the game, I think. So I don't mind it. Bryce is going to hit that one off the pitch. They pick it up in defense and are going to calmly try to play their way forward. Walker dribbling through a crowd of men here, just giving him free roam to run into. Malone, ooh, hits the post. Post Malone. Encourage the boys again. Maybe there's a step to go positive. I mean, it hasn't hurt us, but it hasn't helped us either by the looks of things. We'll stay on it for now. Try to control our home game. So we're now already down to 7th position. So 2 draws in a row, apparently not doing our league position any favors. Considering the opposition we're up against, it's still a good set of results. The players are tiring pretty quickly already, but we do have a week off, so not too scared that, you know, we're not going to have a fit team for the next match. Hopefully they'll just be able to stick it out this match. Oh, that's a good effort. It was a save from Hegan. Fantastic save. Hegan, by the way, I do want to play our 16-year-old goalkeeper. Looks like good talent, but Hegan's going to stay in goal until he kind of gives us a clean sheet for sure. And, you know, if we can't really blame him for anything. in that like goal or goals conceded, then we'll consider keeping him in the team. Nevertheless, as he goes for a long distribution, we didn't ask him to do that, but when he puts them like that, that's absolutely fine by me. Watts took it down well. Couldn't quite finish that well. Hegan is a Strady goalkeeper. I do not know what Strady means. I am sorry. English is not my first language. What does that mean, Strady? Most of our joy seems to come down the flanks. And really, the step to go positive seemed to work very well. Hegan's distribution has gone up massively after making that change to distributing in short. So even though he's not been doing it all the time, I think his distribution has been a bit more considered. So that's very good to see. Our defense continues to have terrible pass completion, which I'm very surprised by Nathan Riddle, to be honest, because he's one of the better players on the ball in the team. But I don't know, maybe that's a bit too much of a divide between defense and attack. Maybe it's the tactic that they always try to go for the long ball. I'm not sure what it is there. Johnny Wilson been playing better than the last two matches, but still not really to the level we'd expect from him. He's one of our better players. I don't know that. Not too much to point out. Steady. You mean steady? Yeah, he's a very steady goalkeeper. No complaints on him at all. He's doing very, very well, and seems to be keeping it calm. You're doing well. Keep going. Oh, keep working hard until full time. Definitely, we're doing very well. I like what I'm seeing overall. I wanted to make a change, but I have forgotten. We're going to try passing into space and try finding what's in behind a little bit more. As I say, Adamczyk, we're not going to find balls in behind with 8 acceleration, 7 pace, and that 5 agility. He's got the off the ball to be found there, but don't think he's quite got the step on him. Tarkington a bit the opposite way with 3 off the ball, 6 anticipation. He does have the speed to get him behind, but not really the positioning. Watts has it a little bit. Good speed, good off the ball. So he's the kind of guy we're looking for with balls in behind and passing into space. So we'll try. Give it a shot for this game, and maybe we'll get some joy through that. Watts found immediately with ball over the top and had a man to beat. Tried to beat the ball instead and beat it over. Ooh, free kick to us, and it's not going to be able to take it for the first time that we've seen. Adamczyk! Yes! His second goal in our tenure, apparently his 4th of the season. Wilson's ringing the free kick to the back stick. That's exactly what we want Adamczyk to do. Our wide target forward, getting in the header at the far stick. And we are 1-0 up. Let's go, boys. That is fantastic to see. Not a highlight falling very quickly after, but with them in possession. So this could be a short moment of joy as they find a man on the back stick, but Riddle heads clear. Kerr is going to deliver it again. Ferris gets there, but Hegan makes a very routine save there. And the score as it is pushes us back into 6th within striking distance of that 4th spot, just 1 point behind, which is very, very nice to see. And I don't really know what to do now. I'm very, very happy with what I'm seeing. Who's Wilson? He's our Johnny Wilson, our midfielder. He's got a goal contribution. It was from a set piece, so it doesn't really count towards maybe Segundo Volante being a good position for a role for him. Do we want to make any personnel changes? No, I don't think so. But for now, we will time waste a little bit. We're gonna go for less direct passing and lower tempo just to rest in possession a little bit. And other than that, we're not going to change anything. Oh, look at the greens down here. We're still on our 3rd consecutive clean sheet. So if anything, we've built a very compact tactic here so far. Because the XG we create is always very, very little. Even though we've got like 10, 15 shots per game, we always create so little XG. For now, since going that goal up, we've been keeping them quiet and very well. Defenders getting very tired, which worries me. Central defenders, that is. Substitutions to be made. I think I'm gonna take off Turkington, bring Riddle into the midfield spots, bring him up with forward, because that should just give us a bit more defensive stability. We will play Riddle as a winger on support, and Whitford as that fullback on support. We're going to bring on Jack Moore in a second as well to hopefully find some space in behind in that striker role. We'll keep that as it is. We've kept them super quiet, not a single shot since we scored that, like since we changed the tactics in the 60th minute. So I'm not going to make any drastic, how do you say that? Drastic, sorry, drastic changes for now. We'll keep it as is. As that's a long ball forward, and Graham wins the header, but it goes back to them. They find McCabe over the top, and this is what I was scared of with the tired centre backs. And there we go, the first goal we can see in charge of the police service of Northern Ireland, and you can see their manager going mad about it. Stephen, whatever. Graham with a good header forward, but straight into midfield. McConnell picks out a good pass, but should be a bit better movement by our centre backs. Okay, good. One touch, and then underneath the goalkeeper. Not much Hegan can do there. Sometimes you're just going to get beaten in one-on-ones. I'm not going to do the changes then. No, thank you very much for asking that. We are going to take Jack Graham off and bring on Ben Mitchell. Normally we play Ben Mitchell as a central defender on defense, so that is fine. You know, he's less of a good options in the air. He's at least freshness of mind, and I think it's kind of a good moment to take one of the centre backs off. Following conceding that goal, I mean, before would have obviously been better. Johnny Wilson really isn't performing well, even though he's got that assist. We're going to switch him back up to a deep line playmaker. Turkington on a 6.6 as a winger, that's fine. Jack Moore is going to come on, hopefully. You know, he doesn't have that much pace, but I think the fresh legs are kind of what can make a real difference towards the end of matches. Although Watts has pretty fresh legs as well and is fast. So let's keep Watts out there. Stop second guessing ourselves. We'll up the tempo. We will not. No, we will up the passing directness because we haven't created anything recently. And that is all we'll do. Back to the old tactical approach, basically. Encourage the boys. Ooh, that's a very good victory opportunity for them. And thought that hit the back of the net, but luckily enough, just stung the outside netting. We really need to kind of grow back into this game and create some opportunities. I know we didn't have to for a while now, but I'd like to see a little bit of fight in us for still getting that win, even though it seems to be snatched away from us. What can we do? I don't really know. Nathan Riddle is tiring and not having his best game out there, so we'll bring Mark Whitford on before we kind of get beat over the top again, because our old and tired and slow defenders are caught napping. And Chris Watts hasn't had a good game. We'll give Jack Moore the opportunity now towards the final dying stages. Can we make 5 substitutions? Yes, we can. But Warry's been doing okay, and he's kind of in that kind of position where it doesn't matter too much that he's tired. He should be very stationary anyways. Be tempted to bring Jack Owens on in an attack midfielder spot, but better not to. If he's apprehensive as well. That's a long ball forward to Watts, but he was offside anyways. Now throwing into them. Down that right hand side. Oh, it's a good ball into McCannell, but we do have clear, and Adamczyk had time to take that one down, just swings it out, and they're going to come back at us. Header missed, but Bryce gets rid of it, and maybe it's going to be our highlight in the end. Adamczyk now with a controlled ball forward. Moore wins the head. No, doesn't win the header. Turkington gets it back. Down to the left. Oh, slides into Multi. Multi's in. He's going to shoot. Oh, how Buchanan has held on to that, I do not know. Something seems amiss with this tactic. Do you think so? I mean, we've not been creating much more open play, but we don't really have to. I think the Segundo Volante isn't working. I think we'll go to like a deep line playmaker or something in the future. I think it's just too a bit of a too fancy role for this level, as Ferguson has had a good shooting opportunity there, but it's gone high and wide. And yeah, we have done what I asked of the players, kind of grow back into the game and create some opportunities. I like the fight that I saw within them, but it looks like it's going to be a second draw in a row. Although Adamczyk on the free kick hit it. Oh, it's the top of the net. It would have been a prime position for a left footer, so maybe leaving Nathan Riddle on would have been the right choice for that. But I figure we give Whitford his first run out and let him gather some match sharpness. And Riddle hasn't had his best game anyway, so it was the safer option defensively to make the change there. But that was a bit of an hopeful ball. Buchanan with the long punt. And there was pushing there, so a free kick to them. This could be like the final opportunity of the game. From a central position, it's difficult to swing it in, but okay, now it's all good. Final whistle is probably going to go right now. There it is. That was close. Yeah, it was a good effort, but good free kick. But sadly, was unable to get to notch up his brace, and we just end the game with a draw. Fairly level games in terms of stats. You know, at home against second in the league. In the beginning stages, it's absolutely okay. It's a very satisfying result. Nobody gave us a chance. I'll say that. Everyone looks very happy. And we'll check after this game if they like us a bit more, actually. That would be really nice. So we keep dropping down the table from the beginning of the stream, where we sat in fourth because we're picking up draws. But considering our position, hopefully be able to turn some of those results around against worse opposition. You don't know how to feel about that result? I don't know. I think it was good. I think we gave a good effort of like a good account of ourselves. We started creating more from open play as well towards the end. I think we're seeing good signs here. I think Christopher Watts, though, is going to get placed on the bench for a week or two now, because we haven't seen much of him. And we'll see if any of our other strikers can do better. But also fine him a day's wage. Praise last game. No, not praise. No. One player criticized last game. You play badly in that match, and in future you need to lead the line more effectively. He's pleased by that chat. Good to hear. Post-match press conference with Neil Stewart. Fantastic. You know I love these. Was it unfortunate to come against Mark McCabe in that sort of form today? I mean, he scored a fantastic goal. The way he took that down and slotted it under the keeper was very good. He was very good. We understood Dollingston. Quality pre-match, and we were unable to stop him in particular. What was your reaction to Lee Guy being sacked by Bambridge? I love that name. He's called Lee Guy. Lee Guy. Well, he actually has good attributes. We didn't take him at our club. Every manager knows they're only a few bad results away from potentially losing their job. SOD has my sympathies. Okay, that didn't have any impact on my relationship with Neil, even though I agreed with him. So there's the table after that result. We're back in the bottom half, but only just. A win could take us back up to fourth anytime. The results go away, of course. The recruitment focuses don't really seem to be working that well. Let's go for tactics, and Watts can come off and Jack Moore can come off. Are we having a cup game? Why do we only have 5 subs? Yeah, we have a cup game next. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. So, any further tactic change? Yes, we will stop playing as a Gundo Valente. We will ball midfield on support. 3 tackling. Are you sure? No, I don't think so. I don't want to make him a deep line playmaker. He's got too good physical stats for that. Defensive midfield on support. That's so basic. Look, we'll try him as a deep line playmaker. Just sad. Maybe if we push him into the centre midfield zone and put a centre midfield on attack, he could be good there. Wants playmaker on it. But does that just cause more of a divide between like the defensive zone and the? Because then he'd be here, pushing in here. There's kind of no one occupying this area. You know what? We'll play with advanced playmaker. What's the worst that can happen? just now after he finally learned playing as an accomplishedly as a defensive midfielder, we change it up again. Must be frustrating. So who is... I know that we're playing with an advanced playmaker. Obviously Jack Owens will practice that position as well, because I think he would be perfect for that. I just hope they're not going to get in Jones' way, him and Tumulty, but yeah, we'll just try it. We'll just try it. You got to try some things out eventually. And in terms of the tactics, I don't think we'll change anything after the game. I was really happy with that result, you know, and the way we played. Okay, Nathan Riddle now doesn't oppose me anywhere. We still don't have a player who supports me, but it's baby steps. Baby steps. A couple of players concerned with their playing time. That's okay. Tactics. Okay. Yeah, I think we can move on. So Mark McCabe reacted well to my comments, which I couldn't care less for what Mark McCabe thinks of me, to be honest. Crystal Waters accepted his fine without much of a comment. The kind of gaps between matches here are a bit disturbing, because players obviously lose the match sharpness. I'm not sure. Oh, we should be able to get another match, and of course, depends on how much transfer business is happening, of course. And we're playing Lurgan Town in the cup. They in the Mid-Ulster Intermediate B. I don't know what level that is, but it does sound low. So this should be an easy victory. So maybe the opportunity to see how good our tactic fares against opposition which is much worse than us. Phil Wilson has now perfected his ability to play in his new position. Okay, Jack Owens has also done so. After working hard, Louis Wilson will no longer be playing killer through passes. So Louis Wilson's practice to play no through balls, and he's not going to do so anymore. I guess that's good for a defender who can't really pass much. Even though it's not the kind of thing that I would prioritize, because he probably, whenever he plays, would be a non-nonsense centre back anyways. So the instructions given to him by the role dictate that. Oh, sorry, by the way, if it's a bit of a slower stream right now. See, I'm a siesta kind of guy, so normally after lunchtime. I don't always have a siesta, of course. Sometimes like other commitments dictate that you can't, like work and stuff. As both the players reject us, sadly. Michael McCabe, not a bigger deal, but Julian Sarmiento Ramirez are unhappy with being offered such a low appearance fee. So maybe we should push to get rid of a player of ours to make that a possibility, getting players in. But I don't really want to kind of screw with the team too much in the middle of the season, because I'm happy with most players. Max Kennedy is we've sent an offer out for. Again, they're looking for central midfielders who can also play at striker / the other way around. It's really not the kind of area we need numbers in. Quality we can always use in those kind of positions, in any kind of positions. You can find someone, so I understand that, but he doesn't seem like a huge upgrade to anyone, so I'm not sure why they're so intent on that kind of player. So our B team is going to be in action again. At this stage, I can just make anyone available who needs any sort of match sharpness. Tom Hegan we will not, because he's playing anyways. Make available, one match, 90 minutes. Okay, we're not going to be able to do that. Let's play Magill, because Massey, I think, is going to get the cup game. Let's see who else is here. Ben Mitchell, Taylor Walker, Colby Hunter. We're going to rotate a little bit for the cup game, which is coming up. for the first team. So Louis Wilson, right back. Do we not have anyone who can play like right back at all here? Apparently we do not. No, okay, yeah. Guess it might as well be Louis Wilson, and Quillan is playing, and Gordon, can we not put Mitchell in? I think we'll put in Mitchell and Lavolka. And Danny Courtney down the left-hand side. Well, I would rather have Whitford. Where's my player who's practicing to be a defensive midfielder? So Blackstock can go here, he's practicing that. What's Kappa doing? Kappa is that. Jake Moore is that. Hannah is still practicing to be a Segundo Volante. We're not going to need that anymore. Thank you very much, Hannah. You can also practice to be an advanced playmaker. You look pretty suited for that. Okay, where's the guy who's deputizing in that? Aaron Cochrane. You, I want you. Available for reserves. Next match, 90. Oh, he's already there. No, I don't understand. Aaron Cochrane. Okay. Good, finally have it. Quality over quantity, Hassan says. Do you mean that in terms of the players we want to sign? As HTML have accepted the offer for Max Kennedy. They want to sign up for the B team as well. Interesting. So yeah, normally I'm a bit of a siesta guy, so I like to take a nap in the afternoon. So I normally, I don't always do it, but whenever I don't do it, I don't really do anything where I have to talk or be active that much. So the streams after lunchtime, the 2 p.m. kickoffs, they might be a bit more slow to begin with. I think we're gonna pick up the pace throughout the World Cup. I think we're gonna get a bit more used to it. But just so you guys understand why I might not be full of energy every time they come around. I'll look to do it better for the other ones though. So another offer, he's offering Scottish for a lot of young players. Mitch Pixley is attack midfielder who can play anywhere across the line behind the striker. Best suited towards the center spot apparently. Doesn't quite have the pace we would like, but what a player he will be for this level. Got 10 dribbling, 12 first touch, 12 passing, 11 technique, 9 vision and 16 teamwork. Like, I'm not going to get too hyped because so far the signing attempts have not gone too well. So maybe our Mr. Peter McCrone, our director of football, is just in over his own head. But I really, really like what I'm seeing in terms of the players he's looking for. Andrew Ferguson, our player/coach, is taking a coaching license, which is good because he has good mental stats and it improves his coaching stats, attributes, which I think have improved. That's very nice. He completed it, sorry. But Current Brunt is going to study for 1-2. Financed by the club. I mean, he can only get better from here, so we'll see how much he improves by. It's going to be interesting to see, actually. One motivating, one people management, one tactical knowledge. Let's take a guess here. I think they're all going to go to at least 3. I think we will see 1-5 in there. Maybe that's too optimistic for improvement, but we'll see. I think we'll see 1-5 in those 3 attributes, by the way, that are at a 1. The 3 relevant attributes for a manager with either 1, which I think is motivating, people management, and tactical knowledge. I think one of those is going to shoot up to a 5. As our B team win again. Yes! They beat Ballyclaw, the 21s team, 3-2. Can you see like which goal scored? Oh, a 90 plus 3-minute winner by Mr. Marcus Whitford. Fantastic. And looking to make a charge off the bottom of the table. 11 points now from 19 games. Wonderful to see. I mean, it's basically because we're sending so many first team players down to the B team, but I like doing it. Keeps match sharpness up. I think any one of those will go up by 1. Really? That would be so poor. Just by 1. Honestly, I do it that I send players out on coaching courses a lot, of course, but I don't have any experience with having a man like a staff guy who's just got once, because I feel like they would have to improve a lot. But I don't know, mate. Maybe you're right. We'll see. As there's offers in for Mr. Jack McQuillan, our centre back, who I really couldn't care less about. So, like, I actually would be kind of glad if he moves on and saves making a decision in the summer about him. Okay, so next advance is no new emails for us. So quite a ways away, the cup match. We're going to have a look at the schedule, because if we have a league match soon after, then I would consider rotating heavily for the cup, because we're playing lower league side. We don't really care. 240 euros a week we're spending on a new head of youth development, and I'm very, very intrigued to see what kind of quality this guy has. It's William Bell, 46-year-old. I guess he's Northern Irish. He is, and he's got. Oh, Peter McCruden is on a mad one. He's got 14 working with youngsters, 8 judging player ability, 4 judging player potential, which I would argue is important for a guy who's supposed to recruit young players for the future. But I was expecting a lot worse. He's got a fairly professional personality again, which is very important, because the head of youth development has a lot of influence on the personalities that the young players come through with. So maybe if we spend some time with it, we could have 1 or 2 good youth intakes. I'm excited by that. I thought it was going to go a lot worse. And Kennedy has rejected us because we haven't been able to offer him enough of an appearance fee. So maybe we're just not going to be able to sign anyone. You know, if you would find someone, Mitch Pixley also rejects us, we find someone who's be happy to take a, wow, no bad performances anymore in training. A lot of players over an 8.0. Can't praise it yet, can I? No, but soon we should be able to. Yeah, if we don't find any players who would be willing to take an amateur contract, I don't think we'll be able to sign anyone. It would be a bit frustrating, of course. See if we have any prediction for next season wage budget. That'll be interesting to see. So, finances, next season wage budget is not applicable, or whatever NA actually stands for. The original transfer budget was apparently €1. Next season's will probably be 0. So, not ideal. Can I wait a second? Can I move some scouting budget into the transfer budget? And then can I move some transfer budget to the wage budget? There you go, I can. Now we're not going to do a lot. Let's do... We don't want him to go mad. Let's do 223. Then he'll have a bit of budget available. I should have done this earlier. And he'll be able to sign players up for cheap, hopefully. He's got 21 euros per week available in the wage budget now. This should help him out a lot. And now he's made an offer for Jordan McFadden again. Striker. Again, looking very good. Not necessarily what we need though. Ricky Davidson, although he's a left or right midfielder, please be left-footed. He is. Doesn't have the pace we're looking for, but the agility and balance. Oh my god, that's a player. Look at this guy. He's so well-rounded. It's not what you'd expect to see at this level. 16! Doesn't have a club. He never had one. Joined by Banbridge as well, who are in our league. They're sitting bottom of it. Oh, get it done, Mr. Peter McCrudden. I am loving the work this guy is putting in. You know, none of his signings come off yet, but with the new budget adjustment, maybe they will. So look at the schedule actually. So we have that cup game and then league game a week later. So we're not really going to rotate for the cup game. I want to give players opportunity to kind of grow into the tactic a bit more, keep their morale high, and yeah, just continue to do well basically. As in the Northern Irish Cup, Bangor, top of our league, have gone out against Ballyclare, who should like in the mid-table in our league. So that's a bit surprising. And other than that, I do not know any Northern Irish teams other than Linkfield, to be honest. So I couldn't really tell you anything specific about what's going on. Give the cup an honest shot. What cup is it? Intermediate Cup third round. Let's see what teams get involved in that. Obviously, I'd love to go for a trophy. Definitely. So the Intermediate Cup doesn't mean it stops it like at our level. That'd be fantastic. Can I see that in rules? Who gets to play? Eligibility rules. Players. No, this is just for players. No, it doesn't really say so. Okay, let me just click through. Ah, here it is, the league. Okay, yeah, we're the highest league involved in this. Of course, we're going to give it a good shot then. Thank you very much for that comment, that thought. Yeah, we will definitely. Obviously, because the league is a bit dead at this stage for us. We're probably not going to get relegated. We're probably not going to achieve a lock off the books. Does that mean we've offloaded a player for the first time? But did I not have it set to me confirming it? Oh no, I couldn't confirm it because it's not like a sale, because he's free to go wherever he wants because he's not not contracted to the club, is it? So after working on this game, Matteo Volker will now stay back at all times. That's very good for a player of his skill set. Dow reports on Hannah. Okay, he feels good in his new position. And Jack McQuillan has left on a free transfer for Wakehurst, who are in the B&P Intermediate League. Don't know what it is. I wish you very well, Mr. Jack McQuillan, but good riddance, to be honest. He's the kind of player who I would not have found much use for anyways. So might as well, get him off the training pitch. Let us focus on a few other players. We've had so many centre-backs in here. So that's just fine. I mean, and I don't need a centre-back with 4 jumping reach and 1 strength, honestly. I hope that like as soon as this cup game comes about, we're gonna have like weekly fixtures again, because it's a bit frustrating having to go through such a long time. The players losing their matchups as well. I could have scheduled a friendly, but I don't know backlash after those kind of things. Okay, all the individual training we'll do that at a later stage. We don't wanna put too much training on our shoulders back so that they start complaining at me for not being for me not giving them what they want. And obviously in the beginning it's very important for the players to like me, so that even when a couple of results go back against us, I can rally the troops still. So we're staying very calm with that and kind of doing what the players want to begin with, and eventually we'll force some things down their throat. Let's see actually. Oh no, the opposition against me has grown again. So Hegan, Turkington and Massey have joined it now. And I don't quite understand why. It's because we've dropped down the table, even though we've gotten 2 good results. It might be. That is a bit frustrating. Yo, Martina Stella 123, what's up? Welcome to the channel. How's your day? My day is going fantastically. Thank you very much. If this is the first time you're joining the stream, we are doing a Boycott Qatar 2022 series. So we're trying to stream every time simultaneously to when there's a match going on in Qatar. Anyone who is a fellow boycotter or just enjoys the stream on the side or in between is of course invited. And yeah, the idea is, just to give the people who maybe don't necessarily want to watch the World Cup either, a bit of an alternative to the competition, an alternative in terms of entertainment. And also, we're going to try and raise some money. The fundraiser setup is, I'm struggling a bit with that, so it's not quite happening yet. As Massey, we are going to give. We're not going to play this game because he's going to play in the cup game. That is one change I will make to the team. I'll let my goalkeeper be substituted. But yeah, thank you very much for asking. How are you doing? So yeah, that's kind of what we're about here for the next few weeks. A bit of a World Cup boycott. Okay, let's see, is everyone where I want him to be. Louis Blackstock, I don't necessarily want out there. I'd rather have him up here. Mr. Cochrane should go here. Owen's here. Sorry, it's going to take a minute. Laughlin can play down the wing. Yeah, Hunter sure get some match practice, match sharpness. What positions are we missing now? Wingers we don't have, but we can bring in Henry Kappa playing that striker role. Okay. There we go, that's done. Oh, GFX artist, and I just saw your channel. Can I make a logo and banner with your gaming or social tag and overlay for your stream? Thank you very much. I already got someone doing that. My brother's also an artist. Can I just show your channel? Can I make a logo and banner with your gaming social tag? I mean, if you want to do it, but I'm already very happy with my setup. Are you a new streamer? Yeah, I'm fairly new to the game. I've been around for a long time. Jordan McFadden has agreed to deal with Rathburn. Is that a player we offered a deal for? Yes. Too bad. He's gone elsewhere. I'm not sure what you're suggesting. Do you want to, if you need me to DM on Discord, I'll show you some of my recent work. So good, keep it up, buddy. Okay, thank you very much for the offer, but as I said, I'm not really looking for anything new right now. But thanks for the offer. And also thank you for the follow. Very nice. Jamie Massey has now signed his full-time contract. It's a non-contract though. He's expected to be the first choice goalkeeper though, which is not good because Tom Hegan's been doing a pretty good job for us. Got a 25 euros appearance fee, and also I would have liked to have him on a proper part-time contract so that he's not able to leave the club just freely whenever he wants to, because obviously he's a big talent. We don't like having that with our big talents. Wow, our B team continues to win with us sending our first team players down there to get some match sharpness. And now they're just 1 point away from getting off the bottom of the table. Very good. I think they started today's stream with 5 points. Now they've gathered 9 from the last 3 matches. Can that be? Yeah, I think that's the case. So apparently the situation isn't as bad as we thought. It's just because the team before we came in never made their first team players available for the B team. Cup game time, yeah, let's go. It's going to be the last game for this stream. Don't you worry, though. We're going to be back in an hour's time. And that's deal for Ricky Davidson sadly hasn't worked out. We've not been able to give him the kind of wage demands he was looking for. That's it. He's got a fairly professional personality as well. Oh my god. I'd just like to know what he was asking for. That's too bad. That's too bad. We'll see what Peter Macron can pull out next. Yeah, so last match of stream, we'll be back like in an hour though, because you know, we're also trying to stream every time simultaneously to when there is a match at the World Cup going on, and we just have an hour's break till the next one after the England match has finished up. Many packages for new streamers. I also have advanced streamer pack, like basic and premium pack, so feel free to let me know. What can I show you? Listen, you can happily show me, but I literally just 2 days ago asked my brother and girlfriend to design me something. They did, and I'm very grateful for that, and I'm very happy with it as well. So for the upcoming period, I'm definitely going to stick with that. For the future, I'm probably going to need a little bit of a rebranding at the very least after the World Cup's done, but I'd like to stay close to home with that. If you want to show me, you can, but I think it's better for you to kind of put your attention elsewhere than me right now. Again, then for very good strikers. And here we go. That's the main mission of the stream, basically. We don't care what happens on the football pitch. We just want to get Neil Stewart, the reporter who always comes to our press conference, to finally like us. He's still disliking us. You know, we've always tried to agree with him when we can. Are you confident ahead of the upcoming tie? Yes, I am. It's going to be a tough match, but my players are at their best in these circumstances. Are you worried about motivating your players to face Lurgan Town? Is there a danger of complacency? Lurgan Town are very capable of beating us, especially if we turn up and try to. I don't think there will be a problem. My players work hard, train professionally, and treat every match the same. How much further can you take this surprising intermediate cup run? It's surprising, like, really? Apparently, Linfield Swifts won 11 titles here. We've done well enough to this point. It's not unrealistic to think we could win it now. We're approaching the business end of things, and from now on, we have to be considered a contender. We're going to take one game at a time, and whatever happens, happens. Exactly. Do you have an update on Jordan Diamond's injury? I don't really care. He's like our third choice right back. I'd like to think we'll have him back in the relatively near future if it all goes well, from what I know. Presumably Jordan Diamond will be eased back into the team when he returns from injury. I always want to be patient and cautious with players coming back from injury, so that makes sense for us in this situation. Always agree with Neil when we can, because we want him to like us. Is there anything in reports linking Pierce and I with Glenavans, Luca, McGreevy, Couchman? He sounds fantastic. His last name is Couchman, but not that I would know of. I smile warmly, open my arms and say that's the first I've heard of it. Lurgan Town, team Pierce and I shouldn't have too many problems against, but are you or your players worried about a potential giant killing? I'm not worried about complacency. We should be fine. Does the conference translate to your players? How confident are they? I think they are. I think we can be positive because we know how hard we work. That's why we operate here. Andrew Ferguson has the intangible qualities so many players look for in a leader. How much does that help you in the way you set up your team? Does he? I always forget. Not really, my leadership. I think we have to agree with Neil, of course. I think we rely on him as a team, and that's not about to change. Okay, please. Yes! Yes! Neil Stewart's opinion of us is moving up. He still dislikes us, but it's a green dislike. Did you see that? Did you see that? That's the victory in my mind. Fantastic. At least a press conference, see what the home relationships. He's not a distant relationship anymore. We're still not acquaintances, but oh, what a press conference. Can I see him somewhere? Neil Stewart. No, wait, Neil wrong. Neil Stewart. Or can I not find journalists this way? I can't. Okay, we'll just have to wait around for the next press conference. Making progress. Alright, just give me the response. Check your Discord. I should send you a request. Yeah, I'll check my Discord right after the stream. Thank you very much. Belgon likely to sign McGreevy Couchman. What a name McGreevy Couchman is. There's another young striker. Oh, we can finally praise our players for training. Let's do that. Louis Wilson, 8.3. You've trained well recently. Get the players to like me as well. Everyone's gonna like me. It feels so good to be loved. Aaron Cochrane, 8.05. I love to see it. Everyone's training so well. Craig Bryars as well. Taylor Walker. Good, 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 good. So. And yes, I have huge problems with bots in a game not liking me. Jack Graham, everyone's training well. I don't know what we did around here, but we've changed the morale in this team around so quickly. Although they did have a pretty good morale. The only thing that was a problem was that they didn't like me when I turned up. So these players don't seem to be reacting too well to my training praise. I'll keep going. No, okay. Well, I think we'll leave it here then. And these players, we will just criticize that you haven't developed much. That should work too. Same thing for you. Same thing for you. Same thing for you. Okay, I mean, that's fair enough. You were injured. Okay. Look at that. Manchuria's support is very poor. Oh, I thought it was better. Apparently it's got worse. Craig Beers supports me again, and Turkic done a massive turned around. But main part of the top part of the hierarchy still dislike me. But here we go, finally, cup game. Oh, we've got some spam in the YouTube chat. We don't like seeing that. Sadly, I'm such a bad streamer that I'm not prepared and logged in to ban that, but I will take care of it after. After this, we're at home against 11th in the league, so this is actually perfect because we're playing, a team which is much worse than us, so we can kind of test if our tactic works against a team worse than us. Oh, okay. Today's match has been postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. It's gonna be replayed on Tuesday. Oh no! Now we have fixture congestion added into the mix. But this will mean that we're gonna play the game once we start the stream back up again in an hour's time. We will advance to that point. I can have a think about my team selection as well if I want to change anything, considering that now we have a league match 4 days later. But spamming is not welcome, exactly, Hassan, you said it. However, if you want to go and find free VIRT girls chat here, then you can go to sexfind.biz. Free VRIRT girls are virtual girls, I understand. Postponed non-league football is something else. Yeah, it is. Waterlogged pitch. You don't see that every day. So yeah, we're gonna postpone the game as well then until to the second stream of the day. But don't worry. It's just an hour. You have to wait for it. Carl McDowell had some comments to make about Nathan Riddle's progress. Okay, he's still declining. That's fine. He's 34. After putting the hours in on the pitch, Johnny Wilson's now comfortable knocking the ball past opponents. This could be very useful for him. He's got that good step on him. Pushing the ball past opponents is exactly the kind of behavior we want to see. As, one sign has been completed, and it's Kyle Flynn, who's a left back, which we don't really need. Tempted to just say no. Agreed to deal to join the club. He's looking. He's also getting a 25 euros appearance here. I thought he would just be an amateur contract. He's looking forward to joining the club. So working with such a talented group of players. We have a lot of left backs in his build. Yeah, he's 19 and could improve a bit. But I think this is one of those we just reject. This is exactly where we kind of have it set up this way that our director of football can't call all the shots. We can make the final decision on whether we want to bring a player in or not. What do you guys think? Carl Flynn? Don't need him, do we? Got good options down the left-hand side. Let's have a quick look in the squad planner, what left back is saying. So we've got a couple of old guys in Nathan Riddle and Mark Whitfield. Then we have Daniel Courtney. We've got just a similar mold, good physicals, not much to do on the ball, but not terrible defensively. Colby Hunter, similar story on it, a bit worse. Yeah, I think we just say no to Carl Flynn. Sorry, lad, thanks for showing up, but it's not going to happen between us. Because I also think that would take some out of our transfer or wage budget, and I think Crown is going to need that to sign the next top quality player. See if the match is still ongoing. Looks like it is. Scouting meeting Ian Kane. That looks like a good suggestion. On the right hand side, got a little bit of pace about him, a bit of intelligence. I like that. Better suited down the middle, but we wouldn't mind too much having another player in there either. Very good option. Let's see what they do with it, although he dreads playing a big match and is injury prone and inconsistent, but that's the kind of thing you just have to expect at this level. So I feel like the squad planner is a useful feature. You know, we could just have a quick look always, see what we're kind of thinking, what position, especially, you know, since we're not planning too far ahead in terms of signing, because we're just dependent on what our director of football does. I quite like it. It's very cool to just pop in, check what situation is, and then pop back out. As they hire, a head physio. Now our physio has got 5 physiotherapy, so I hope he's gonna have a little bit more, because 5 really isn't good. No, he's worse. He's got 4. And people management, because he is the superior, he's got 1. So Peter not doing the best job of redeeming himself. Well, I say redeeming, he has been redeeming himself, but kind of pedaling back now. Taylor Reagan, we've also been unable to convince to join the club. Tempted to put some more money into the budget. Wait, why are we spending more money now? Because we gave that contract to the lad, didn't we? To the goalkeeper. I feel cheap doing that. I feel like I'm cheating the system. Okay, 5 messages. The transfer deadline in Northern Irish clubs is in 1 week. Yes, I also hope we're still going to do something, as we've made an offer for a winger, which is very good. We need that. Bradley Yip, who's right-footed. I prefer a left-footed one, but we also need an option down that right. Again, young player. He keeps on going for young players. Good physicals, not much else to speak of. 10 dribbling though. He would be a very effective player for us, I do believe, if you can convince him, but he's currently earning 25 euros a week as a part-time contract. I don't think we'll be able to get him around. Available first team players for reserves match. Okay, I will go through this off stream. As an offer has been made for Mr. Ben Mitchell. Free transfer. Okay, this could be interesting. He's a good player, even though I don't like him because of his jumping reach. I will go through this and this real quick off stream. and then we'll do the deadline day recruiting meeting on the next stream in an hour's time. For now, thank you very much for popping by. Since we only have 2 viewers, and I need to take a rest between streams as well, I think I'll just let you guys make your own pick as to what stream you join for now. We're not going to do a big raid. Thank you very much for joining for now, and yeah, I shall see you in an hour's time. Bye bye.